Hi, Tim Horschler back with you with another version of Tim Talks. Today we're going to be talking about an elastic drive band on a single drive wheel and why it's a good match with a single drive and how to properly adjust it to make it as easy as possible to use it as you spin during the day, change speeds, etc. The nice thing about an elastic drive band is it stretches. You can change its length dynamically and you don't have to retie, so as you change speeds there's no adjustment of that nature. But perhaps most importantly, the elastic drive band has a rubbery type surface to it. It grips or grabs the surface that it's mated against, like the whirl on your flyer. It's a little bit like a tire on the road. You want traction. But in the case of a drive band, you want traction with no more tensioning than is necessary to get the main wheel and the flyer to rotate without any slipping when you start it up. So you want this positive, this moves, that moves, but with no more tension on the drive band than what is necessary. So here's what we do on a single drive wheel to set the tensioning for the drive band. You do it once. And it's just a matter of changing the drive band from one world to the other to get it to work right. But here's what we have on the Sonata here. The same would be on a Prelude or any other single drive wheel on the market. Drive band, you want to tension it with the drive band on the smallest whirl here on the flyer. And on this wheel, you simply raise up and down the elevation of the mother of all. On a Prelude, you would be moving the flyer closer to or further away from the main wheel. But in this case, we want to just raise this mother of all so that there's tension between here and this small whirl. And when you rotate the wheel, the flyer rotates without any slipping. If you hear a little whooshing sound as you begin to treadle, that means the drive band is slipping on this whirl and you need just a bit more tension. But look at this. This is pretty loose and floppy, I would call it. But the test is going to be, does the flyer rotate when we turn the main wheel without slipping? You do not want to tension the drive band any more than is necessary to get this movement from one wheel or one surface to the other. If you over tension the drive band, the feel at the treadle is going to degrade, and you don't want that. You want as light a touch on your treadle as possible. So in this case, smallest whirl, as little tension as necessary to get this wheel and the flyer to rotate as one. And now that it's set, you can change from one whirl to the other. We've gone from the small to the large, and we do not change the elevation at all. Well, this is much tighter now, you say, and won't that be a problem? Not at all, because the surface area of this whirl on the flyer is much larger than the small whirl, and because of that, it has more surface or traction area in order to get this to move and that to move. So while it's tighter, the feel at the treadle might in fact be even easier than when it was on the smallest whirl. But as you spin back and forth during the day now, you simply move your drive band. You don't have to change this elevation or change the tensioning on it back and forth. And from day to day, you might have to make an adjustment depending on the weather and so forth. Elastic drive band works great on a single drive wheel. We can also use it on a double drive wheel, but the material is going to be quite a bit different, and we'll talk about that in another version of Tim Talks. But for single drive, this is how you want to do it, and no more tension than is necessary, and you're set for that day's worth of spinning. And that's our version today. Check back again for some more Tim Talks. Thanks.